Greetings, and praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Today I would like to speak to you a little bit about Saint Matthias. Now, in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, you have the list of all of the 12 apostles of Jesus. And you'll notice if you go through those lists that the name of Matthias isn't there. That's because Matthias was chosen later on. He was chosen to take the place of Judas, after Judas had taken his own life. But now, there's a couple of things that are very, very interesting about the choice of Matthias. First of all, and this might not mean a lot to you, but it means a lot to me. But it tells us that even though Judas had died, his office, the office that he occupied, still remains. Now, what's important about that? Well, it shows us that even though the apostles all died, they passed their authority on to others, all the way down to our day, so that in the bishops, we have that authority that was given at first to the apostles at work in the world today, so that we can access both the teaching that Jesus gave to us, as well as the grace that makes us holy. So all of this is indicated by the fact that Matthias was able to be chosen to replace Judas after Judas was no longer there as a member of the 12. It's also interesting to see how Matthias was chosen, because they really used three different methods in order to choose Matthias. First of all, they set up a certain criteria for what qualifications the person had to have. They said, for example, that the person had to be somebody who was there with them right from the beginning. And they brought it down to two different people, Matthias and Joseph. So these two people were the ones that they were able to select out of all the disciples. These two were ones who followed or who filled the qualifications that were set up. The second thing that they did is they prayed over them. And they prayed that God would direct them to choose the person that God wanted. But then the third method was the most curious of all, because they go in a sense, throw dice to see who it would be, whether it would be Matthias or the other. And of course, the lot fell to Matthias, so he was the one that was chosen in order to take the office that Judas was no longer filling. So Matthias became one of the 12, and of course, served the church for his life, served Jesus with his life, even gave his life for the glory of God. And so again, the seeds of hope that we see here is the fact that God is always with his church, and that God continues to guide and shepherd his church through the centuries, starting with the apostles, including Matthias, but all the way to our day through the Pope and the bishops. God still works in the world today. He still guides us and watches over us and protects us through the ministers that he has placed over the church. God bless you.